Tef Poe from St. Louis right here coming down, Ferguson. Brother, I appreciate you and thank you for coming out. Okay. Let us know, let the people know what is actually going on. What's actually going on in Ferguson, like right now, front line, since you've been one of the frontline soldiers out there promoting and pushing the campaign.
Man, what's going on out there for real is a real oppressive police state.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, it's not any different than anything that you've probably seen out here. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is with them that it hasn't been addressed.
Okay.
So this is the first time that people have pushed back on the police this hard, right? And I think what they don't realize is that we're fighting to shift the narrative and to shift the power structure.
Shift the change, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we don't, it's not about just us being in the streets, yelling at the police, and then when we get tired, go home. Because if that was the case, we would have went home a long time ago. And you know, the thing that differs, a lot of people compare this to the Watts riots because it happened around the same time as the Watts riots. But the difference is the sustainability of it. Like, we're actively in the streets every night. You know what I'm saying? And
how many nights has that been?
It's been 74 nights now.
74 nights.
Yeah.
So you basically taking a day off being out here?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I don't even feel comfortable being here because I know something's going on.
No doubt.
You know?
No doubt. So my whole situation is, okay, when I saw the Eric Gardner thing go down, I was just like, why aren't people stepping up? Why aren't people acting angry?
Yeah.
Then I saw the Mike Brown situation happen. Now I see the anger. Do you believe that us as Africans are a little bit too okay with certain things, like we're not angry enough? Because I see in your body language and in just your eyes that you're enraged. It's not a rage like I'm going to go kill some police officers, but it's a rage and an anger that I think needs. And sometimes you hear so many people saying we cannot be angry. Do you feel like this anger fuels the fire?
And you must have saw one of my other interviews because I'm an endorsement. I endorse us being angry, and I don't. It's not for me. All humans should be angry. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is what's happening is a global issue.
True.
And it's happening by a very totalitarian power, and people don't realize that white supremacy is a magic trick.
Oh man, talk to me.
It even fools the white people that buy into it. That
with the white privilege.
Yes, it fools them into thinking it's going to produce something for them. But that's what all forms of supremacy do to the person that benefits from the supremacy. You know, male privilege makes me think that if I treat a woman wrong, I'm going to ultimately benefit something from that, right?
Sure.
And it's the same thing with white supremacy. And the narrative can only shift once people that have the right to cash in with the white supremacy ticket say, you know what, I don't want that. Because if we could have changed it, we would have changed it in the Reconstruction era. We would have changed it in the Civil Rights movement. You understand what I'm saying? So now history is showing us, just like any other issue, where oppression is present, the oppressor, the people who look like the oppressor, have to be just as pissed off as the oppressed. And that's when you have a real opportunity or a real chance to abolish the oppression.
So you being young, you know what I'm saying, as leadership, when we look at some of the great leaders of our time, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, you being a young brother in the front line of something that has been happening. And I think that it's been happening for so long that social media now just, I won't say exaggerates it, but it puts it front and center. So it doesn't just give you the media that we are given by the oppressors, but it gives you the media that's from the youth. Do you feel as a young man, do you feel that your life's in danger, or that you believe that the old folk, the old tide, has been holding on for too long and haven't done what they need to be doing, so that you have to fight it? Like you said, you've left 400 to 500 years of food on my plate that I have to take care of, which is a dope line.
Right. Man, you know, that's a layered question, man. I do feel that my life is growing increasingly more in danger. And I do feel that moments like this where I get to connect with people like yourself are critical. Because y'all people who can give me the platform to tell the real story. You know, if I talk on MSNBC or I talk on CNN, I got to be mindful of what I say because they still tie into the system. And I'm trying to be a representative of us talking to the system. But right here, I'm talking to somebody that know what I'm saying.
Talking to your
I don't
people.
got to break it down.
Nah.
I don't have to decode it. You know what I'm saying? This is just real talk.
Right here, straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah. So I feel that, yeah, man, I am going to say that I do feel that all of our lives are increasingly in more danger going against this corrupt police force.
And now with the old heads, and you talked about the Jesse Jacksons, you talked about the Sharpers, do you believe that evidently they have not done enough to push us forward, and it takes a younger generation, or more, as they would call radical and angry generation?
What it is they come from a different era, right? We had a conversation with Harry Belafonte, man, right? He was talking about some of the things that went down in the civil rights movement back when it was his era. And my young guy, low-key, 15-year-old kid back at home, man, he been out there on the front line every night, 15 years old. We raising him in the movement. The dude is an amazing cat because he like straight from the streets, but he got a revolutionary mind frame at 15 years old. But so Perry B said that during the civil rights movement, they were concerned about infiltrating the system, overriding certain things with legislation. So you look at people like Al Sharpton, you look at people like Jesse Jackson, technically they accomplished their mission. They in the system. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
not what they did when they got in the system.
Exactly.
Up to them.
It's up to them. And they ain't doing it.
But they in there.
Yeah.
So our goal ain't to do that. Everybody, like somebody told me, like, well, you need to go. The politicians look like you if you participated in the political process. The political process is not designed for us, man. So it don't matter if you fill it up with us. The process is the process. You understand what I'm saying? And I pray to God that I never get co-opted, because that's what they are, co-ops.
King, peace and love. The journey always be right. We support you right over here.
I see what it is, man. Mass incarceration, silence, genocide, act now, stop it now, baby. Peace. Love, man.
Peace, King.